I don't know. Maybe Harry got in too deep. Mixed up with the wrong crowd, that kind of thing. Look, you can talk to humans. I can talk to Pokemon. And if you want to find your pops, we're gonna need each other.
No, I don't need a Pokemon.
What about a world-class detective?
Out of your friends and family, what are they having the most fun with? Hearing your voice coming out of that Deadpool costume or hearing it coming out of a Pikachu?
I gotta say at this point, because Pokemon characters are, for whatever reason, are like actual catnip to children. So as soon as they saw Detective Pikachu, just the test models that they sent me, because they do that thing, right, where they're like, let's send him a Pikachu paired to his voice. Let's do a really good job animating the face. Let's make it look super real, and I know he's gonna show his kid. So of course, like I open up my laptop and then my kid walks by and she's just like, that is amazing. Like please inject that right into my eyeballs for all time. So that's kind of what happened, and then I was just in. I didn't know that much about it. I had to learn everything fast.
You've always been great at comedic timing your entire career, but I feel like of late, your voice, more so than your dashing movie star looks, has been like...
Thank you, Eric.
It's been like a hot commodity, your voice. Has that changed the way you've approached acting or thought about acting, that your voice now is this hot commodity?
I don't know. I never imagined myself as a voice actor, ever, but I love creating characters, and if I can do something where my face isn't featured, great, because on the inside I'm just another self-loathing masochistic a-hole that's like trying to crush his inner self. So yeah, I like that. I like hiding behind something. You feel freer. You feel like, I think for everyone, right? Yeah. People talk like with that thing. Like, would you, if you could pick a superpower, is it flying or is it invisibility? So it's tricky.
Pokemon companions, big theme in this film. So of course I have to ask you, Ryan Reynolds has his own Pokemon companion. Mm-hmm. What does it look like? What are its traits?
If I had a Pokemon like my own, like if I could be one, it would definitely be Snorlax, because wow, man. To get shut-eye just on a moment's notice like that, great. But I love Squirtle. Squirtle looks like a really cute, kind of adorable, precious alcoholic that wanders around with you all day. It's not unlike having a toddler.
Tim, your dad was a legend in this precinct. If you were anything like your dad...
I'm not.
I remember. You wanted to be a Pokemon trainer when you were young.
Yeah, that didn't really work out. Someone there? Whoever you are, I know how to use this.
Oh, jeez. Here we go.
I know you can't understand me, but put down the stapler or I will electrocute you.
I've heard that you are a Pokemon fan coming into this movie.
Yes.
So here's the question I'm gonna give you. If somebody is not as familiar with Pokemon, what would you say, sort of like a cheat sheet, like either do this or do that before the movie or do this, do that after the movie?
Interesting, that's a really good question. I feel like a lot of people at least know what Pokemon is. I find it hard to believe that people don't know what it is, or know what color Pikachu is, or know the theme song, or the log line, or something. But if there is that one person out there who doesn't know what Pokemon is, I think that the movie does a really good job of establishing the universe, making sure that you're not completely lost when you come in. You're like, who are these magical creatures? And also providing you with a relatable story at the center of the film, which is, a young man trying to reconcile with his father. So I really don't think it's necessary to know a lot about Pokemon, but I definitely think after watching the film, you hopefully would become a fan.
I saw this movie with some kids and I asked them, I was like, what's the first question that you would have for the folks that are in the movie coming out of it? And the thing that they were most interested in is when you're holding the Pikachu and picking up the Pikachu and the Pikachu's on your shoulders, and what are you carrying? Are you holding a real animal? What do they have in your hands?
So sometimes it's a stunt Pikachu that has a neck that moves and arms that move, and sometimes it's just a green blob, and that like it looks like a faceless, armless Pikachu essentially. And then sometimes there was the same kind of amorphous blob but with fur, so you could see my fingers in the texture of the fur.
Oh, that's
So
really
that's what I
cool.
would say to the kids.
Film is a lot about Pokemon companions. That's a big theme in this movie. If you yourself had a Pokemon companion, what Pokemon would it be? What would its traits be?
Well, I have a favorite Pokemon, which is Totodile from Generation 2. He's a water type Pokemon. He's a dragon, and he's really cool. And I used to use him in the games like when I was a kid in Pokemon Gold. So he would probably be my Pokemon partner.
And why do people need to go see this movie on the big screen?
Well, I mean, just the special effects team did an amazing job. In addition to Rob, did an amazing job of creating this universe. For the first time, you're seeing this universe in live action. You know, it's never been done before. So I think it's important to see on a big screen just to get that scope, just to get all of those details and textures that we haven't seen before. Yeah, I mean, it's meant to be experienced in all of its cinematic glory.
Now, obviously, I've dealt with this putz before, so I'll just do it again.
Hey, bud, what are you doing?
I can't do it when people are watching. Get me the hell out of here!
All right, so coming on to this film, did you need a Pokemon crash course? And if so, what does a crash course in Pokemon look like?
Yeah, I needed a Pokemon trainer, encyclopedia. I needed 7 experts. No, I was a fan before, but it didn't matter because when you're making a Pokemon film, you want to be perfect. You know what I mean? You want it to be perfect. I mean, I think for like half the film, I was saying Pokemon, and we had Pokemon experts on set, and finally they were like, Kathryn, it's Pokemon. I was like, oh my God. So then, you know, in ADR, Pokemon, ADR, fix it. You gotta fix it. That's how much we cared. I mean, kind of to prepare, like in our hair and makeup trailer, we had all the like not all of them, but a ton, like up against the wall. So every day, you know, you learn another and you learn another. There's so much in this universe that I've yet still to find out, you know?
You know, and spending as much time as you have in this universe, you know, the Pokemon are beloved around the world. What do you think it is about them that just make them so beloved, so addicting?
I mean, maybe it's because the game is addicting. I don't know. Well, I also think it's a shared experience, you know? Like, are you a fan of Pokemon? A little bit?
Yeah.
But, I mean, your experience, it's still something that we share. So I think maybe that. That's why I love movies. I like sharing that human experience of even just going to the cinema, you know?
Yeah. So when dating, you're always looking for somebody who is your type. Pokemon are classified by type: water,
True.
fire,
Fairy,
dragon, fairy.
psychic.
So using Pokemon classifications, what would you say your type is?
For a person? Yes. Oh, psychic.
That would be dangerous.
I know. That would be funny, though.
So Pokemon companions are a big theme in this film. If you had your own Pokemon companion, what would you say it would be like?
I would probably pick Charizard because maybe like I could get a lift sometimes, like just through the air.
And why do you think people need to see this on the big screen?
Oh, you need to see it on the big screen because there's a lot of detail. We also shot it on film. Not a lot of people know that. I mean, like, when a movie's on film, it just is a little more beautiful. It's just beautiful. So, I think you just will like it more. I've been watching so many things like on my iPad, you know, and it's just not the same experience. I like when you're in a theater and you escape. This movie is an escape, and it's so much magic. So just go have fun, you know? Yeah.
And if you had to pick a Pokemon to co-star with in your next movie, who would it be?
Oh, well, okay. I can't get rid of Psyduck, but I would have to maybe like add a Furfrou because I'm a poodle and a Furfrou is like this poodle Pokemon. I feel like it has to be in the sequel.